At this point, I don't imagine we're getting a lot of new people in crypto, because new people tend to come during exciting times when they hear people that they know making money, when they see it on the news. Like right now is like, it feels like a bottom, but I mean, I don't see any big catalyst coming like this week to fix it. But you know, in March of 2020, there was like, they did print money, but it wasn't just like one day. It was like when you got in on the bottom, you didn't know it was about to turn around. It just felt like this. So I'm hoping that we're close to a bottom. And if you're not in crypto, you're lucky to even be coming across a video like this, or you're smart to be researching, knowing Warren Buffett, everybody says it, you know, buy when there's blood in the streets and sell when everybody's buying. And right now feels like a good time. This is when you get rich. Like, you know, I could pick out any project. I'm a Cardano fan, but you know, I'll just say Cardano. Cardano got down to like 2.5 cents at the bottom last time, and it went up to $3. But most new people weren't getting in until it was over $1. So, you know, I had already, people that got in on the bottom had already 50x'd. And so then you get in at $1 and it goes up to $3, and you feel like a genius because you're new to it, and you just, you know, tripled your money. But when it felt like it feels right now, how many X's is that from 2.5 cents? We'll just call it 3 cents to $3. That's 100x. I had 50 X's before the new people even got in, because I was here buying blood in the streets. And then at that point, the people that are in crypto, whether you're new or not, like, you got to research, you got to know what your money's in, or else you're going to get scared and sell. Like, if you just have to not, just go about your business. Like, don't overtrade. Don't get scared. If you buy something like solid, if you're buying meme coins and stuff and a lot of other projects, like, good luck to you. But if you're buying the solid ones that aren't going away, Cardano, Solana's under $100 right now. I don't even like Solana, but it's on $100 right now. Ethereum. I mean, Bitcoin's even probably going to 2.5, 3x whenever it gets back to its top, maybe more, I don't know. But now's the time to just buy and then just sit on your hands. Sit on your hands and wait. Wait until people you know, wait until somebody you know texts you like, hey, what's up with that thing that you said you did? Like, I'm thinking about it. That's the time to sell. When people you know are talking about it, when people you know are asking you about it because they know you got in when it didn't make sense to them, that's the time to sell. But just sit on your hands and just ride it out. Like, don't go too far in. You go too far in, you have to start selling just to live life. Like, make sure you can live life so that you don't have to stress while you wait, because it's a waiting game. It's not a get rich quick game. Everybody wants to get rich quick. That's not what it is. I've been in this 8 years. Like, each cycle feels like forever. Like, yeah, there's people, the people you hear about getting rich overnight, majority of the time, man, they were in on the project. They had insider information. They were a dev. They were like, they made their money before anybody even heard anything. And then the project went to zero. Like, those people, they go to zero. Okay. Like, last cycle, I don't even know what's going on with it now, because, you know, I'm not in Origin Trail anymore. But Track, like, I was in that. I got in that under a penny, and I, you know, I put $300 in. It went up to 40,000 at the top. Did I sell at the top? No, because it was my first full cycle. You know, I've been in, this is my 8th year, but like, I did a whole bear market. I jumped in at the top just like every new person, and then it dropped down from 20,000 to 3,000, and then I studied. I just, like, every day. There hasn't been a day since the end of 2017 that I haven't been in crypto, paying attention, locked in. Have I made stupid decisions? Yes. But the majority of the portfolio has got to be, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum. whatever you like, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, Chainlink. Chainlink is as safe as they get. I mean, there's probably 20 projects I could rattle off, and I'm not trying to pump all my bags, but it's got to be high conviction plays and just sit on your hands and just wait. But right now feels like what March of 2020 felt like. Bitcoin is more oversold right now than March of 2020. That's crazy. When the pandemic shut everything down, Bitcoin is more oversold than that right now at 73. I mean, you can be scared, but the more you learn, the more you understand who's in, how solid the projects are, you start to get a belief. It stops being scary, and then you just start, it's just a waiting game. Like my dad, like, he's scared to invest in anything. I told him, when it got down to 3,000 back in 2020, I wasn't telling nobody to buy, because I was scared too. But at that point, I was all in, so I was just like, shit, hopefully it works out. But at 65, I told him 6,500 on its way up. At 6,500, like, he's like, oh, 6,500, kind of a lot. He never put in anything. At the time, I was like, 65, and then it's 30, and then it's 50, and then it's 100. And he's just like, oh man, I should have done it. And even at the time, I was like, even if you're scared, because once you get into crypto, you start to learn about the economy. You start to learn about real money and how it works. Like, that's been the biggest gift of this, getting into crypto, is just understanding this game that doesn't get taught unless you figure out a way to get yourself to learn it yourself. And so I told him, like, if you're not going to buy Bitcoin, man, like, gold's not going anywhere. Like, buy gold, buy silver. Silver was $17. I think gold was like 2,000 or 25. It's like, yeah, he would have only doubled his money on gold, and silver, shit. Silver's like $100 right now. I think it might have dipped a little lower, but just like, you got to get into the hard assets, because money is just going to keep getting printed. They're going to print their way out of it. Don't shoot for the moon with lottery tickets unless it's with just a small portion of your portfolio. I'm rambling now, but if you found this, man, just sit on your hands while you educate yourself, and don't put in so much that it's scary. That's all I say about that. I got crumb on my face. Just got done with basketball practice, but all right.